1991, the founding of Absa Bank. In 1991, the state president, F.W. de Klerk, engaged in multi-party peace talks with the ANC stalwart, Nelson Mandela, and Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. That same year, the multi-party peace meetings were fruitful, and the state president promised South Africa a new constitution that guaranteed the sacred right to vote to all citizens. In the corporate world, 4 major banks were holding a round-table meeting as well. The meeting gave birth to a large-scale merger of UBS Holdings, the Allied and Volksgas groups, and certain interests of the Sage Group. That merger produced the Amalgamated Banks of South Africa Limited. However, for the few years which then followed, each bank carried on business in its original name, as usual. 1992, Absa purchased the major part of Bancorp Group's shares. Before 1992, what made up the Bancorp Group was the Trust Bank, Senbank, and Bankfin. That year, Absa acquired all the shares of the Bancorp Group. In that process, Absa amassed the Bancorp Group's assets. 1997, Absa rebrands to Absa Group Limited. In 1997, what was known as the Amalgamated Banks of South Africa Limited changed to Absa Group Limited. Absa Group Limited consisted of 3 main operating divisions. In the following year, Absa Bank assumed a fresh corporate identity. The new identity was due to the consolidation of the United, Volksgas, Allied and Trust Bank brands into one entity or joint brand. 2002, Deloitte and Touchy Human Capital rubber stamps Absa as the best company to work for. In 2002, Deloitte and Touchy Human Capital crowned the new kid on the block, Absa Group Limited, as the best company to work for. Absa had been in existence as a single brand for less than 5 years. This was monumental in the banking world. Perhaps, we need to backtrack and unpack who Deloitte and Touchy Human Capital is. It's a UK private limited company. Their main focus is to provide human capital consulting to a network of companies. Deloitte's human capital services promote research, industry insights, and foster research to plan and implement pivotal programs, from business-driven HR to innovative talent, management, and change programs. 2004, Absa invests in the Black Economic Empowerment Consortium. One of the building blocks on which Absa Group Limited is anchored on is social transformation. In 2004, the trailblazer, Absa, became the first big South African financial institution to sell a direct stake to a BEE consortium. Absa decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The crux of Absa's BEE strategy was to invest in BEE consortium as a compliance requirement, as well as incorporate transformation as a business imperative. Absa issued more than 73 million redeemable preferred shares to a black firm called Bato Bank at a price of 2 rand per share. As a matter of fact, Absa gave Bato Bank 10% of its direct ownership. In doing so, Absa showed their support to the African community. At that time, Vilapanda led Bato Bank and Tokyo C. Qual, the ex-minister of Human Settlements, was the chair. 2005, Barclays Bank plc acquires a 56.4% stake in the Absa Group. One of Absa's historic moments happened in 2005. The British multinational Universal Bank, Barclays Bank plc, acquired majority shareholding in the Absa Group Limited. Barclays Bank plc purchased over 56% shares for a whopping 30 billion rands. This was dubbed as the single largest foreign direct investment into South Africa to date. As you would know, the alliance sought to steer Absa Group Limited to be the top bank in South Africa and the preeminent bank in Africa. This united entity sought to fuse relevant business units, world-class corporate abilities, investment banking skills, with Absa's unique South African banking experience, knowledge, and expertise. Everyone was winning. 2008, Absa implements the cash send system. In 2008, the South African economy was on the receiving end of the global financial crisis. It received severe blows and succumbed to a recession. Over 1 million workers lost their jobs. Despite all of that, Absa soldiered on, and went ahead with the process of implementing a cash send system. As you already know, Cash Send is a platform with which banked and unbanked people could electronically send money to their preferred recipient. The sender sends money through mediums such as internet banking, Absa ATMs, or mobile banking. To withdraw the money, the recipient uses a 10-digit withdrawal number and a PIN number. 2013, Absa Group Limited is incorporated as Barclays Africa. In 2013, the Absa Group Limited acquired all the shares of Barclays Africa Limited. This acquisition increased Barclays plc's shareholding in Absa Africa to 62.3%. Who owns Barclays Africa Limited? Maybe, you might wonder. Barclays Africa Limited was a subsidiary of the UK Barclays Bank LPC. As a result of the acquisition, Absa Group Limited was renamed Barclays Africa Incorporated Group Limited. 2017, Public Protector Advocate Bo Sisiwe-Mkwebana's report for Absa to repay the bailout money. 2017 was an eventful year for the Barclays Africa Incorporated Group Limited, and Maria Ramos, Absa's CEO. South African Public Protector, Advocate Bo Sisiwe-Mkwebana, sent a report to Absa, the Treasury, the Reserve Bank, and the Presidency. The nitty-gritty of the report was that Absa has received wide-ranging unlawful bailout funds from the Reserve Bank between 1985 and 1992. Advocate Bo Sisiwe-Mkwebana suggested that Absa must repay 2.2 billion rands, which is the equivalent value of the amount 1.1 billion rands. What happened after that? You might be curious. The Constitutional Court confirmed the Pretoria High Court's decision, which set aside the Public Protector's report and recommendations. In the same year, Maria Ramos oversaw the separation of Barclays plc and Absa from Barclays Africa Incorporated Group Limited. 2018, Barclays Bank plc reduces their stake to 15% and launches a 3-year separation program. UK's influential bank, Barclays plc, announced that they are jumping ship. They cited that the 2008 global financial crisis had made it less attractive to have interests in large banks around the world. Barclays plc's exit plan began when they sold their controlling interests and reduced their holdings to just 15% in 2018. On May 30, 2018, Barclays Africa Incorporated Group Limited reverted to Absa Group Limited. After the storm comes the calm. Absa initiated interesting rebranding changes, which extended to other branches in Africa. Changes included a new logo, slogans, marketing campaigns, a new trading name, and a shared code at the JSE. What's admirable is that Absa's quality service remains unquestionable. That's just the way it is. Absa has also formulated a new growth policy. You would understand the new growth policy strategy as being a part of the rebranding framework. To cut a long story short, Absa derived the new growth policy from core principles like customer obsession, cultural integration, and quality delivery through high-performing leadership. Their preferred unique ideology is bringing possibilities to life. Absa coined a new term, Africanicity, that sums up their marketing campaign ads. The fresh look is also reflected by Absa's first black CEO ever, Daniel Meenal. He held the reins of Absa in 2020. 2021, Absa closes 275 branches amid civil unrest. 2021 brought shocking events. In April, Mr. Daniel Meenal stepped down as CEO of Absa over differences across the board. In July, civil unrest broke out in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng provinces. As you may know, many protesters embarked on violent looting sprees, targeting virtually all the businesses including bank branches and ATMs. This sudden turn of events for the worst caused severe concerns for the safety and security of all the people in South Africa. As a result, Absa Bank shut down more than 270 branches and outlets to protect their assets, employees, and their clients. The Banking Association of South Africa said that over 1,400 ATMs, about 300 bank branches, were allegedly vandalized during the civil unrest. Conclusion: Absa is a leading bank in South Africa. She has over 9 million customers. Her core business is providing a range of banking services. In essence, Absa began offering simple banking relationships, stability, value for money, convenient banking, and superior customer service under one roof. The Absa Group has more than 780 branches and outlets. Absa's innovative policies are quite impressive. For example, the Absa Foundation has several socio-economic development projects, which are designed to create education and job opportunities, and improve the well-being of South African communities. In 2021, the bank announced its new second broad-based BEE empowerment scheme that seeks to benefit Absa employees. Absa set aside 8% of their issued share capital, which is worth well over 9 billion rands for that purpose.